Hi, Lady Sam at the Tudor Royalty Experience and Tudor Queen's Wardrobe here. As promised, here is the dressing of the amazing Jenny of the Enchanted Tudor Rose in her commissioned Jane Seymour portrait gown. I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, please subscribe and please leave a comment and let me know what you think. At the end of the video, I will be giving you full details on how you can win a full bespoke Tudor Queen's Wardrobe gown and a set of Enchanted Tudor Rose jewellery. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks. Hi, I'm really excited to introduce you to Jenny of the Enchanted Tudor Rose. Jenny makes replica Tudor jewellery and other jewellery, and she's here today to collect her portrait gown and be dressed as a Tudor Queen, Jane Seymour, from the Hampton Court portrait gown. I've put a link in the description below to Jenny's shop and on Etsy and her website. Also, could you please like and subscribe this video because it really helps. I am going to dress Jenny in her gown, and we start with the shift, which was the undergarment for all Tudor women wore them, and men from the lowest to the highest of society. So we have a Tudor shift made from linen, and we have stockings. Often the stockings or the petticoats that they wore would have been in red, because it was seen as a protective colour. It was a holy colour, so they believed it helped keep them healthy. We start with a hoop skirt or farthingale, which was known back then. The originals would have been made from linen and reed, but I use the modern day equivalent, so we start with that.
Are we going up or under?
Up. Sorry Jenny, we're going up. Okay. Tie the back.
This gives the dress a really lovely shape.
It does, yes. The next item, so Jenny showing herself shoulders there. The next item is the bum roll. This gives the Tudor shape at the back of the dress, which also shows off the lovely gathering that is usually on the overgowns. Let's tie you. Okay. Okay. Normally, they would also, depending on how cold it was, would put another petticoat, a U-fronted petticoat on top as an extra layer of warmth. But as we're in a centrally heated house, we don't really need to do that today. But it was another layer that they would have worn during the winter and the cold.
Show the back.
Show the back, yep, go for it. There you go. Right. The next layer will be the kirtle, which is the supportive layer. Kirtles were pre-stays, pre-bodies, pre-corset. They would have been like this one. It was a reinforced bodice with an underskirt attached to it. Okay. And here we have.
Shall we go into it?
Into it, up, yeah. This is a lovely red damask. The pattern. Ooh. Okay, and this will take a little while to lace in, so we may fast forward some bits. All kirtles would have been laced to accommodate ladies in and out of pregnancy. Clothes was very expensive back then, so they didn't technically have maternity clothes. So this is why we would have laced, or they would have laced their gowns. Okay, so we have you in the kirtle. Yay! The next layer will be the overgown, which is this gorgeous gold brocade lined with gold silk taffeta. And hold your sleeves. That'd be great. Yep. Let me help you there. Yeah. And quick up onto the shoulders. There we go. Oh, better fold those back. The lovely fur ermine sleeves. I made these individually. It took 2 days to do the fur for this because each of these little ermine tails, faux ermine tails, are sewn in individually. Okay. So there we go. Lovely. Right, did you turn around to the side and I can unlace you? Okay, that there. And again, more lacing. Here we go, lacing. Quite a bit there. So you can put your arms down for this one, sweetheart. Yeah. Don't want to be uncomfortable more than you have to be. Okay. Alright. Now, the gold brocade represents a cloth of gold, which would have been in the original portrait at Hampton Court Palace, the Henry VIII family portrait, wasn't it? I think it's this, David.
Which actually has Jane Seymour in.
And not Catherine Parr, which they originally thought, wasn't it? Yes, yeah.
But then Henry wanted the mother of the heir, which was Edward, who was in the portrait, and also Elizabeth and Mary were in it as well.
Yeah.
He wanted Jane Seymour to be represented as the
As
wife.
the mother. Yes,
That was the mother of the heir. So, although he would have been married to Catherine Parr at the time, the Hampton Court portrait is on the gallery at Hampton Court. It's quite a long portrait, and so it's got Jane
long,
in it,
isn't it? It's
yeah.
Quite, yeah. So it's quite a long. So it's got Jane. They originally thought it was Parr.
Yeah.
But you can see from the face that it's actually definitely Jane. So yeah.
Posthumous
portrait. Yes. Like I said, I think the cloth of gold, possibly the gown she's wearing, would have possibly been one that they were making for her coronation that unfortunately she
Didn't
never
happen.
got to wear. Yeah. So I like to think that. That's my theory on it.
Well,
anyway.
it's just such a rich colour, isn't it?
Oop, you okay? I'll bring you in. Getting this all laced up properly. Okay. I'll pull you in a bit more in a second. There we are. Got to get that shape right, haven't we?
Yeah.
Even though it looks tight, it's not tight, is it? It's actually
No,
quite
in fact,
tight,
but I love the feeling of being laced into a gown because that's what takes the difference from being in your ordinary clothes to making you feel.
And it's
like
also
a
very
queen.
supportive, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
very, very supportive. You know, it's good for your back. It's good for your, your bust. It's you can see why they did it and why they wore lace garments. But I think I've got a little knot in the lace.
People often ask if they're heavy to wear, which they are, but at the same time, when you've got the hoop skirt and everything else on it, it lifts the weight from it.
It seems to take the weight, doesn't it, from it? So it's it's evenly distributed around the body, so it's not so bad. I'm going to put a couple of pins in the shoulders attached to the kirtle, because in the portrait you see they sat right on the edge, and that's the way they're designed. I'm going to have to put the oldie Tudor glasses on to do this, because I don't want to stab you with pins, Jenny. So basically they would pin with pearl pins, pull headed pins to the kirtle. There you go. Alright. And we go with another one. I was about to do that, put them out, which you should never do, because if you're made to jump, it can end up swallowing pins. That really is not a good idea. There we go. And that's that side. Okay. And then we have the overgown. Next we put the placard over the lacing. The side of the placard I've got these tiny pearl heads. They represent pins that would have been used in the actual day, but for practical reasons for dressing Jenny, we use Velcro because we don't have 6 ladies in waiting to keep pinning her throughout the day. So place that there. I should just top that up with a couple of small pins at the top, just to be doubly secure. There we go. Next we are going to put on the inner sleeves, which are tied on with ribbon. Thank you, Jenny. Okay. Find your other ribbon. Okay. That's the one. And I'm going to come with the other side. Do the other one. Right. You're nearly there. And there we have the second sleeve. Okay. Excellent. Next we will put the jewellery on, which is Jenny's lovely jewellery that she's created.
This one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Already got the brooch on there.
And we've already got the brooch, yeah, we've already put her brooch on there, because we're just
There
showing...
actually wasn't a brooch in the Hampton
the
Court
portrait,
portrait, but
yeah.
we just added it on for a bit more bling.
We're just showing your jewellery, really,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah. This is a necklace. This is your Catherine. Is it Catherine?
That's the Jane Seymour.
Seymour, sorry. Portrait.
The difference is I've got two Seymour sets.
Mm-hmm.
One is the traditional Holbein portrait that you often see of Jane Seymour in the sort of orangey red dress.
Yes.
Where she's wearing the belt with urns, and also she has ouches on this necklace with the same pendant.
Yes.
But this one, the Hampton Court, it's the pendant with mainly plain pearls and then a second set of longer pearls that go inside.
Put these on you before we put your hair up. So.
Oh, and
Could you hold your hair
yeah.
up for me? Thank you.
And
I'll put my glasses on as well.
the belt that goes with the Hampton Court portrait. We have that on the mannequin from your picture
Yeah, the
earlier.
previous video, yeah. Okay, that's that one. Okay. Okay. Let me just double check. A little bit. There we go. And this would be the one that went with it. So
Yeah,
will
so that could go
straight
straight over.
Yeah. Again,
And
behind
then
the hair.
tuck that
And
inside.
then tuck that inside, which was the fashion then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely. And here we have that Jane Seymour
Yeah, that's the Jane
belt
Seymour portrait
for the other
belt.
portrait with these urns, which
Yeah.
are absolutely gorgeous. So
And,
you've made those specially, haven't
Yeah,
you?
and the crystals, they sparkle when you're wearing them on a gown. So this is quite a heavy.
This is a
piece as
heavy
well.
piece. This is a really gorgeous, heavy quality piece, and again available through your shop,
Yeah.
Etsy, and also through the website of the Enchanted Tudor Rose. Again, there's a description, a link in the box below. So put this one on you now. Excuse me, have a cuddle.
That's okay. Oops, my sleeve.
Oops,
Yeah,
I
that's it.
grabbed your sleeve. That's it. So, is it in the centre there, Jenny? Can you sort of get
That
it
there?
where you want it? Yeah. And I'll attach it at the back. Beautiful, lovely. Right. Try not to twist it. So as you can see, it is a gorgeous,
Bit of bling.
gorgeous bit of bling. I'd say I love that belt. You may actually see me wearing that on the odd occasion. Okay, so we'll do the hood next. And we're going to put Jenny's hair up in a ponytail. Normally it would have been plaited onto your head and tightly to the head with a gable hood with a coif underneath, but for speed and for ease we're just going to put it in a ponytail for now. And here's the hood. Again, matching gold brocade, same as in the portrait, and with the pearls around the front, the same as the front of the gown. Let me get put that straight. I'm just going to put this on in, my dear. Oops, there you go. Right.
One Jane Seymour.
One Jane Seymour, and Jane, as I'm just looking, so I'm looking at the portrait which is actually behind us here, and yes, she has one side where she has the portrait, the veil, sorry, attached to the hood, top of the hood. I can't always stick pins in you, and the other one is left long, which is probably shoulder to show
Yeah.
it off. So
Which we would normally have my hair tucked
will
away.
be tucked away underneath, but In the actual portrait, you can see there is a ermine lining to the gown. It's not on this one at the moment because we have a detachable ermine lining so that Jenny can wear it if she wishes or take it off. And we decided to keep it off today because it's very warm, and also it's useful for her to be able to remove it so that if it gets muddy or mucky when we're out and about, it can be washed. So that's why the ermine lining isn't there at the moment, because we thought it fell better for this demonstration without it. So, okay, would you like to give us a swirl, Jenny? Hi, as promised, I'm excited to give you details on how you can win a full bespoke ensemble and a suite of jewellery from the amazing Enchanted Tudor Rose. Anybody who supports me through Buy Me a Coffee, there's a link in the description below, and buys a coffee between now and April the 16th, 2023, will automatically have their details put into the hat for the draw for the bespoke gown and jewellery set. For every coffee bought, your details will be added to the draw. As mentioned, I will be making the draw on April the 16th, 2023, and is open to everyone, wherever they are in the world. All my Cloth of Gold members on Buy Me a Coffee will automatically have 12 entries into the draw. Thank you all again so much for your support and subscribing to my channel and watching my videos, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.